our character's name is going to be made up of the color order ROY G Biv. You might have heard that before, okay? So in order to make our color character today, you're going to need some paper, a pencil, a big round tracer. I'm using the top of a Cool Whip lid. You're going to need some crayons or markers or color pencils, something to add color to your picture. And today, if you have your watercolor paints at home, we're going to use some watercolor. If you don't have your watercolor pencils or watercolor paints, at home, it's perfectly okay to do this project with something other than paint. Okay, so we're going to start with our color tracer. We're going to be tracing it as close kind of to the middle of the paper as possible. I'm going to be using crayon for my drawing. You probably want to use pencil, and I'm only using crayon for my drawing just so that you can see it on the video. Okay, so I'm tracing around my circle like that. Then I'm going to move that aside. And let's draw some eyes, however you want to draw your eyes. Draw them kind of towards the middle of the face, okay? I like to draw my nose as a capital L, so I drew my nose and my mouth. Let's have 2 ears on the sides. Okay, and then for the hair, because there's 7 colors in rainbow order, we're going to do 7 lines going up, 7 double lines, okay? So let's draw the hair on the face first. I'm gonna have mine going over to the sides like that. Then I'm gonna start way over here with my first line going off the page. My next line, okay, so that's 1 space for color. Here's my second space for color. Third, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to count just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then whatever you decide to use for color, let's put our letters in crayon just so that they'll show up nice and strong. I'm going to start with red, and I'm going to write just a nice letter R. So practice your printing with a nice letter R for red. Then I'm going to find my orange crayon, and I'm going to do an O for orange. Find my yellow crayon. I'm going to do a Y for my yellow. G is going to be green, so find a green crayon. And remember, this is just no matter what you're going to decide later to use for color, okay? I'm going to use blue for the B. Indigo is half purple and half violet, okay? So sometimes you'll find that you have an indigo crayon, sometimes you won't, okay? So what I'm gonna do for my indigo, because I don't have an indigo crayon in this set, is I'm going to go over my eye with blue first, and then I'm gonna go on top of it again with purple. And then for my V for violet, violet's just another name for purple, I'm going to use my purple crayon. Okay, so then we're going to want to think about our neck for our character. So I'm going to draw 2 little curved lines for my neck, and at those bottom of those 2 curved lines, I'm going to draw a smile for the collar of my shirt. I'm going to have my shirt coming down like this. And the shirt, I'm going to try and make rainbow colors too, just for fun. So I'm going to put a small little half circle here, and another one here, another one here, another one here. I'm going to try and have, again, 7 separate spaces for color, okay? All right. All right, so then, you're going to want to think about what are you going to use for color. If you want to use crayon, you can just use everything with crayon and keep going with that. I'm going to make this second one that I'm making part paint and part crayon. I thought it might be fun to try some paint today, so you're going to need your watercolor paints and some water. All right, and I'm going to start with the hair, doing it in rainbow order. I'm going to get my brush wet, get my red paint wet, and I'm going to paint that first stripe red. Then I'm going to wash my brush, and if you have a paper towel, you could dry it off on paper towel. Okay, and I'm going to get orange wet next, and I'm going to paint where it says the O for orange. I'm going to paint that orange. This is really the only place in the picture where we want to use the correct colors. The rest of the picture you can color however you want to. All right, in my third stripe, I'm going to paint it yellow. A little bit of my orange is coming over, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to wash my brush and dry it. And in my next stripe, I'm going to do it green with my green paint. I'm going to wash my brush and dry it. My next color, I'm going to do blue with blue paint. And then for indigo, remember we said indigo is half blue and half purple. Now my color set, crayon set, has an indigo crayon in there, but my paint doesn't. So what I'm going to do is the lid for your watercolor set is really kind of nice for mixing colors. So I'm going to put some blue paint up in here. I'm going to move this just to make sure you can see it. The lid of my paints here, I put some blue in here, I put some purple in here, about half and half, and now I'm going to stir it around because I have a really nice indigo mix, and I'm going to paint that eye where it says indigo with that lovely color that I mixed in the lid of my paints. And when you're done painting, you might want to wipe out the lid before you close it up so that it doesn't mess up with your other paints. And then my last violet stripe here, I'm going to paint with my purple, like that. And then when you have your stripes up top painted, you can paint the rest of your character however you like, okay? I decided to put a rainbow shirt on my character. You don't have to do that. You do what you like to finish up your person, okay? Great. Have fun with it.